के बाल हमारे सबके हैं.
हाँ.
कितने दिन में वैक्स करते हो इनको? वैक्स करते हो कि क्या लगाते हो?
No, I trim my hair.
अच्छा, you trim
I trim my hair. I normally trim it before a shoot.
It's a painful process.
It is a painful.
मेरी तो हिम्मत ही नहीं हुई कभी.
यार, लड़कियों को तो मैं I really want to salute. How do they manage waxing? I can't do it.
हाँ.
I was foolish enough. I made a tiger, which is I have a cover up tattoo.
मेरा भी है गंदा कर्मा लिखवाया था मैंने गोवा जाके.
So I can't and you can't groom it. I don't know. Do you think it looks?
No, I think it looks fantastic. Rugged है और shape में है, well tamed है.
Environmentally products is what I'm using on my beard. 13 tattoos. I started with the tattoo with my mom. After a point, the dryness is still there.
The dryness is there.
Yeah.
Plus the ink also starts fading out if you don't use it.
And also that we are exposed to the sun doing events.
Exactly.
Yeah, the tattoo also fades out. So I have an intimate wash that I carry with.
माशाल्लाह फिजिक बनाई है आपने और क्यों नहीं मतलब चेस्ट पे भी हम ट्रिमर लगा रहे हैं तो जाना पड़ेगा.
But yes, I want to push people towards fitness, especially people from our industry.
What's up everyone? I'm Rahul Badesra. I hope you guys are doing well and welcome to our very first episode. And we have a very special guest with us today. I've known him from my event days back at Sunburn and Guest is for Good and all of those days. And then he was actually one of the most fittest guys that we used to see around. Always been in good shape, taken care of, making sure that he was well groomed. Always made sure that he was wearing the right kind of clothes, making the right impression. And then to his recent journey of becoming India's ultimate warrior, which is actually a surprise for all of us. We were like, Dinesh has become India's ultimate warrior. It was so cool. Something like this happened. So we just immediately called him and we was like, bro, if you're here in Delhi, then let's just shoot something and talk about your journey. And I think the important part that we wanted to understand was also about the kind of mental conditioning, the physical conditioning. And then, of course, we'll come to our personal agenda, which is personal care. So let's meet Dinesh and ask him about his journey. Welcome, Dinesh. Thanks a lot for joining us, brother, and taking some time out.
Thank you for having me here.
Yes, it's a pleasure indeed. There's so much to learn from you already, brother. We were just having a conversation before the shoot started. So many fascinating things about his journey, and then we see then overnight success. But it takes years of building up sustainability to sustain that kind of fitness, to sustain that kind of lifestyle. But overnight something happens and people think, oh, he's just come now. No, there's a lot that goes in.
Yeah.
So tell us about your journey, bro, from events. I think when 2020 happened, the lockdown happened, everybody took a different turn in life.
Yes.
And yours was completely off the bat. So what happened?
Okay, I will start a little prior to that.
Yeah.
We both shared the same industry.
Yeah.
Events. We don't get the kind of time. We don't get the kind of time to rest, to go to the gym, eat the right food, because there are places that we travel that probably food's not right, or maybe you get a lot of fancy food, which is not
Bakwas
good.
Food most of the time.
Yeah. So when I think 11 years back is when I decided I want to get into shape, which I'd grown out of proportion. I touched 100 kgs and I was 100 kgs fat and 90 kgs muscle now.
Yeah.
So I realized that when you carry yourself well, people take you more seriously. So this whole journey of fitness was more. So it was not the overall look, but it was also in the head.
Yeah.
So your mental level. So one, you're always into stress. Okay, I had to balance that out. Okay, so with COVID, one thing I've realized that work-life balance is most important.
Absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely.
I took that very seriously. It was always serious, but after COVID, I realized that only running and not taking care of your health, later you will be paying the same money for your hospital bills. Which COVID showed us very clearly. A lot of our friends suffered, and we lost a lot of our friends during COVID. Yes, unfortunately, yes. And I've been trying to tell people to look at their mental health, their physical health, because it all helps you in the long run.
Yes.
You look better. Internally you're stronger. See, internally what's happening you don't know till you do your test and you suffer from something. But at least let's not make a recipe for suicide. What we were actually doing, not taking care of ourselves. So mentally I started focusing on this. I wanted to know that how strong I am physically.
Yes.
So I took the whole journey of learning boxing and and stuff. And during COVID, events was affected very bad.
Yeah. सब बंद ही हो गया था.
सब बंद हो गया था
Everything shut
because
down
events
overnight.
is gathering and we were not allowed to have gatherings. I became very fit. Also, yes, luckily I also run an NGO, so I was helping people. But then this opportunity of India's Ultimate Warrior came. If it was not for COVID, I don't think I would have taken it up because of work. And I mean, this whole journey proved to me, I mean, I proved to myself that I was the underdog totally on the show.
Yeah.
There were professional fighters, athletes. Like I was talking to you outside saying that I thought that chalo ek episode mein aa jayenge to kya hai. But then it was not, so this show was India's Ultimate Warrior. It was not just India's Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah.
I had to display a lot of other personalities.
Absolutely.
It was physical, yes, but mental also.
I think it was more mental than physical.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of how do you take care of yourself? How do you take care of your fellow partners after the fight is done? How do you accept the defeat? How do you plan for the next task or a fight?
Correct.
So, because I was very calm and composed, I realized one thing, that I emerged as a leader. I emerged as a person that everybody loved on the set. Everybody, even the fighters, they really adored me. So, I mean, like we mentioned, there are a lot of people running towards fitness now, but they are not taking care of their mental health.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
they're still under a lot of stress. They're still under a lot of. I mean, if you're not mentally sorted, see, again, whatever you see here is because of your testosterone, your growth hormones, and everything is generated here.
Absolutely.
Everything is generated here. If this is not in peace, no matter how much you hit the gym. I know a lot of people who hit the gym daily, but they're not in shape.
Yeah.
They're not in shape, they're not strong, they're very lethargic. So mental health is most important. Also, with this, when you walk into, like if you're well groomed, well shaped, when you walk into a meeting or you walk into meeting people take you more seriously.
100%.
They know that if this guy is saying something, he knows what he's saying.
You mean business?
Yes. So I think mental health is something that we really need to focus on. Everybody, I mean, and because we are in the event industry, I think everybody from the event industry should focus towards this, because we are or else heading towards a roadblock. We will bang into it so hard that there is no way coming back.
Absolutely, I agree. And as you clearly mentioned, mental fitness is where it all starts.
Yes.
You know, personal care, people confuse it just with your hair, your beard, your
Yes.
skin, your, everything like that. But I think personal care starts with your mental fitness, mental wellness.
Yes.
Then is your physical fitness and physical wellness. Then comes your hair, your beard, your skin.
Yes.
Everything else is secondary. Because I realized that अगर आपकी mental stability और mental peace नहीं है ना, तो काम तो कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता वैसे ही.
Right.
It all starts there. And we realized it during lockdown.
It is all a chain. If you are mentally sorted, you want to look better.
Yes.
If you want to look better, you will groom yourself better. Then your beard is better, your skin is better, you wear good clothes. If you don't have a motive, I don't think anybody who will step out will go out with a purpose of chalo kaam karna. But he'll not go out, he'll not enjoy that whole process of going to work and coming back. If you are enjoying the process of going to work, you will groom yourself better.
Absolutely.
You will want people to look up to you.
Yeah.
So I think we answer that everybody has to take care of their mental health.
So what was that point when, I'm sure you said that you were 100 kgs of weight and then now you're 90 kgs of muscle. When did the transformation start? When did you think that, okay, this is the day that I start hitting the gym, or I want to go boxing, or I want to do MMA, or I want to pursue any kind of a physical fitness? What was it that prompted you to take that step, and how did you sustain this? This was, today you became the India's Ultimate Warrior, but that conditioning started 10, 15, 20 years
Yes,
back, right?
yes.
So I want to know about that.
So, I started my career with Big 92.7 FM, where fortunately my current partner was my first boss. He was the one who took my interview.
Acha.
Vikas Menon.
That I didn't know.
So, this whole phase, I love doing...
I have to show a picture of Vikas on the screen here.
Yeah. So, he'll not like it. So, we used to travel. We loved the whole phase of traveling, seeing different places, meeting new people. I really loved that. And the best part was I didn't have control over the food. I kept hogging. I'm sure everybody,
Usual,
you party, you drink,
you
party, you drink, you eat crab.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that I was growing fatter by the day. I mean, when I was realizing, I was busy on another event.
Yep.
When I realized I'm growing more, I was on another event. So I didn't get that time. I don't want to take the name. There was this one guy who was really fit in my office, and I used to always tease him, saying that he's taking the wrong substance. Always. We were in the loo, and again I was doing the same thing to him. I was bullying him, and he really insulted me back, saying that people like you will, तुम्हारा सिर्फ रायता फैलने वाला है, तुम कुछ नहीं कर पाओगे. That day, I went home. I paid my gym membership and I didn't stop. It took me 1 year, 8 months to get a six-pack.
Wow.
And I used to hit the gym daily. Now, I carry my supplements, I carry my gym wear or whatever, wherever I travel. Even if it's in the city, if I know that I'm going to get late to come back to the gym that I go, I take a membership, daily membership, I pay for it, and I work out to the closest space.
Wow.
And combat, I always wanted to be in the armed forces. Unfortunately, I didn't have the right guidance. Armed forces or it was the entertainment business.
Yeah.
So that always fascinated me, and I always thought that किसी को मारना है तो style से मारो. So I wanted to learn mixed martial arts. I did a little bit of mixed martial arts.
Yeah.
But then I got injured. I tore my shoulder, after which I went through a surgery. But in this whole process, I realized that the most brutal combat sport is boxing.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I took boxing very seriously, because of which I got an opportunity to get onto the show.
Right. So tell me something. Now this is your background. अभी हमने समझ लिया India's Ultimate Warrior, the mentality and everything. Let's come to personal care पे आते हैं.
Right.
Now mental and physical हो गया.
Right.
Now your daily. What is your first hour of the day like? When you wake up every morning, what time do you wake up? What is your first hour of the day like? What do you do?
Okay, that's not the right question, but yeah, because I still do events, and I think I will always do events. That is love and passion to me. We end up sleeping very late because of work. So I wake up at around 9:30, 10. So the first thing I do is I go to the washroom, get freshened up, and then I try to wash my face with whatever products that I'm using. Thanks to you that you sent me something new. I will be using that.
Yes.
And also I'm endorsing a few brands with the beard, but I have not used those products. Again, thanks to you, that product is there. I am going to be, earlier I just had a stubble, but now I'm trying to groom my beard and stuff. So I think my hair, my skin and my beard is something that I want to take care of. Yes, the next thing that I do is, if my schedule says that I don't have a meeting in the morning, I go to the gym. If I have a meeting in the morning, then I'll finish my meeting, then go to the gym. So that's my daily routine. I mean, even if I'm traveling also, I'll finish the work, but I'll squeeze in time to take care of my skin, my appearance, and also go to the gym.
Perfect. And how do you manage your food now? That's something that I think 70% is food, 30% is
so 70, 20, 10. So 70% is food, 20% is your whatever you do, exercise in the gym or physical activities, and 10% is your sleep. So most important, it weighs 70%. So it's not difficult. You don't need to get hooked on to something fancy. You just need to eat right. There are a few things that I have totally minused from my eating habits. That can go later. That can go into another conversation. But yeah, there are a few things that it's a permutation combination that I made, and it's not difficult. It's not difficult. I mean, whatever is available to you, in that also you can make.
But how do you manage your macros every day? Like, how do you make sure you're getting the right kind of protein, the fats, the carbs?
So I carry my supplements with me. I carry my supplements wherever I am traveling. But I don't depend on it, because see.
When you say supplements, a lot of people might not know what they actually mean.
Okay, so I carry my proteins, my fish oil. I carry Live 52. These are the basic things that I carry on my travel day. When I exercise, I take a scoop of protein, but I'm a non-vegetarian. I don't want to hurt anyone's
feeling. But I'm a vegetarian, so imagine I struggle with matching my protein content that I have to have the whole day.
So chicken and stuff is available. I avoid eating too much of carbs. But if it's a very hectic day, I load carbs in my body, because I know I'm going to be burning that kind. And see, after so many years of being into this fitness journey, you understand that if you put in this much is what you're going to burn.
Correct.
Because you see, again, we are always on the toes. You and me have always been on the field. We are running pillar to post, getting things sorted. So we know we are burning that kind of calories.
I remember
also.
one of the days, Hardwell show ke andar, we were at the DY Patil Stadium.
Yeah.
I had a phone in my pocket the whole day.
Yeah.
End of the day, I checked my steps. I was at 35,000 steps that day.
Exactly what I'm saying. I mean, you've already done your cardio.
So yeah, that I think is definitely something that you have to watch out for. Calorie in, calorie out is a simple process that one has to be careful about.
Yes.
This is something that I learned after a long struggle.
Right.
I had to get a mentor on board to understand this fact that till the time I'm not making sure that the calories I'm taking in it's in deficit, I will not lose weight.
Right.
I was working out, but then there was no proper diet that was into place.
Exactly my point. There are a lot of people who go to the gym, but they're still not in shape because they finish the gym, samosa pav kha lenge, momos kha lenge.
Yeah.
So these are things that you need to take care of.
Yes.
Again, see, nutrition values, I'm not the right person, but I can do something that I know for myself. But if you want to, I think everybody should have consult someone to start with. And it's very basic. You don't need to eat anything fancy. You just need to cut a little thing. You can supplement it with something else. Like I have a very strong sweet tooth. I crave for sugar, but I have eradicated sugar. It's a zero sugar that I am on since that many years.
Wow.
But now I can substitute it with organic jaggery or maybe honey.
Correct.
So which in turn, we run a cafe also, which is a health food cafe that makes cookies and stuff. So I mean, there is something that I substitute it with.
Amazing. Tell me about this NGO that you just spoke about.
Right.
What is it that you're doing in that space? Want to understand a little bit better how you're helping the society and giving back. You've done a lot now. You've accomplished.
Yeah.
You're there. People know you. People understand what you've done on the show. Also, it was very evident. You came out as India's ultimate warrior.
Yeah.
Now, what does that warrior do to help out the people that are around him who are in dire need? Maybe. What is it that you're doing already? I think what you're speaking about. Yeah.
So. I come from a very small background. There were a lot of things that as a kid we wanted, as a family we wanted, but we couldn't because of things that were not available to us because we grew up in a very small family. And not size, but monetary wise.
Yeah.
Which in turn, when I grew, I always had this whole thought of that if there is something that I can do to make someone happy or maybe it can help them, I wanted to do that.
Yes.
With time, when I started doing things that I liked and I started growing well, I started getting to the point that I was content. I didn't have to struggle for survival and stuff. That's when I thought that this is the right time to start something that will help the society. By God's grace, I've always been like a leader. I was the head boy of my school. I was the general secretary in my college. So I did a reunion with my school friends. Nobody else then I thought were the right people that I could connect with. And that's when I threw this whole idea. There were a lot of people who joined in, then they fizzled out. Because see, again, to do something like this, like go to the gym or help someone, you have to come out of your comfort zone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because we are working people. We are people who are always on the run. We are hustling. So, like-minded people stayed. We have done a lot of help. Right from even in COVID, I've been running this NGO for the past 8 years now.
Wow.
We've helped cancer patients. We've helped people pay their fees. We've helped medical help. We build infrastructure for school. We've provided 100 toilets in villages.
Wow.
So there has not been a particular segment that we've targeted, but where as and when people have come to us, because we are right now focused. See, again, social media, you and me know, is the reach to the people.
Correct.
So people connect for help also through that. So we look at the authenticity of that person if he really needs, because we've been bullied earlier twice, that the person didn't need that money, but he tried to take our money out of us, and we did that. So then now we authenticate that, and then we help. I've helped a lot of cancer patients with chemotherapies. We paid for the whole thing. So whatever is in our capacity, whatever we can do in the given time, it's not necessarily I am going there. Somebody who's free from the team goes, helps. Whatever help. I mean, if it's physically you need to be present, we go and do that.
Right.
So things like this is what we've been doing, and I want to build this. There is a lot of other plans that I have. So I am pretty clear with what I want to do with my NGO.
Perfect.
But yeah, there is a lot of support that I'll need. That will happen eventually, I know, because we are
and
running
now
towards
you've got a platform now.
Yes.
You're a recognized face now. So I think it's going to help you build that NGO and the cause that you want to support.
Yes.
And of course, a lot of people who might be watching would also like to see what you're doing, and maybe they will help out with the cause as well.
Of course, yes.
So I'll put a link in the description below with your link of the NGO. So whenever somebody's watching, they can just go and check it out.
Nice.
Routine is something that, discipline is something that takes you in life somewhere. Wherever you're going, routine और discipline के बिना कुछ नहीं हो रहा. ये तो मैंने समझ लिया. And I think this is something that you've also talked about a lot.
Yeah.
So, but it's very difficult to be disciplined, right? It is mind over matter most of the times.
Yes.
क्योंकि आपको वो करना है तो आपको करना है.
Yeah.
That's how it is. कि मेरे को 5 बजे उठना है या मेरे को XYZ मेरे को जिम जाना है आज तो मैं जाऊँगा. मेरे को ये खाना खाना है तो मैं यही खाऊँगा.
Right.
Although it is very easy to get deviated कि वाइफ कुछ और खा रही है तो मैं भी खा लेता हूँ, दोस्त कुछ और कर रहे हैं तो मैं भी वो कर लेता हूँ. It's a tough journey. It's always mind over matter.
Yes.
So और negativity तो भाई बहुत है आजकल. Everybody is, most of the people that you meet are going through something. Life has not been kind to everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody's seen a tough time in this last 2-3 years. Some people have lost their loved ones. Some people have lost their business, some jobs. तो negativity बहुत हो जाती है. How do you stay positive when you get out of the bed in the morning that okay today आज मैं ये फोड़ूंगा, आज मैं ये तोड़ूंगा, आज मेरा ये objective है, मैं आज positively उठ रहा हूँ. How does that come as a mindset? Because it's very important to keep yourself motivated और कोई और नहीं करने वाला, आपको खुद ही करना है.
Yeah, see, again, if we talk about fitness is a lifestyle. It's not कि आज किया कल खत्म.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who say कि कब तक करेगा. I say जब तक मैं खाना खा रहा हूँ तब तक मैं करूँगा. Okay. Correct. COVID taught me a lot of things. See, we enjoyed the perks of doing the best of events in the country, the biggest scale events in the country. That time everything was nice.
अनोखे भी किए हैं हमने, समुद्र में बोट कोर्ट्स बना दिए.
Basketball court बना. So when the downfall happened, it hit us at double the speed.
Yeah.
So whatever we made, we lost that much in the given time.
Yeah.
But there is a thought process that always comes to my mind is, if I started from zero, I can again pick it up. There's nothing that is not going to happen. If I know my goal, if I'm going to run towards it, there is nothing that is going to stop me. I've seen people suffer worse than what something like a person like me would suffer. Also, exercising kept me very sane. My NGO help showed me the reality on ground that people were struggling for basics.
Yeah.
We were lucky enough that we didn't have to do that.
Yes.
And this whole drive of being fit helped me go to the gym even in that phase. That kept me sane and it gave me the thought process of what next.
Yeah, what next?
What next? So yeah, I think to answer your question, I think that was the only driving force to me to come out of this whole phase, not get into depression, or because again we lost a lot of things. To be honest, we came at minus. We started at zero, but we came at minus. So it was not difficult. But one thing, if you are positive now, you also spread that positivity.
बहुत जरूरी है वो.
And it definitely spreads. वो COVID से ज़्यादा speed में spread हुआ.
Yeah.
Because I seen my people also falling. I mean, I felt that these guys will give up. कि they'll probably go on to something else, or I mean, going to something else is okay, but giving up was something that was not okay. Which I spoke to a lot of people. I motivated them, saying that what worse than this, and this is going to get over. There is no way that this is going to stay. It will stay in our system, but it will not affect us.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably that whole positivity that I spread. I'm not saying I'm the strongest man with a very strong mind, but yes, I because I had the habit of going to the gym, it kept me sane. Because I seen a lot of people suffering worse than what I was, so I compared myself to them. I didn't compare myself to somebody on top. So that is something that drove me, and it helped me spread positivity.
Nice. एक और चीज जो बहुत I think I saw it in the show also, in episode 2 you injured your shoulder.
Yeah.
Fractured it.
Yeah.
Right. तो injuries life में किसी भी चीज से हो सकती है, फिजिकली भी हो सकती है, मेंटली भी हो सकती है, आपकी सराउंडिंग्स में भी कुछ आपका ऐसा डिस्टॉर्ट हो सकता है, which sets you back. Setbacks हैं.
Yes.
How do you come back from that? Because उसके लिए फिर again you need mental conditioning.
Yes.
You need to be very very strong because physical pain can be dealt with only with mental strength.
Yeah.
Right, and that's the only way around.
Yeah.
So what do you suggest to somebody who's looking at this? कि क्या ऐसा आप करते हो जो आप में अलग है? How do you come out of that injury or that back step that you had taken in life?
See, I treat myself as an athlete. Okay, injuries is a part of an athlete's life.
Yeah.
That is not shown. Like, I'm sure all the best athletes in the country have gone through this phase of injuries.
Yes.
Rehabs happened, they've come back.
Yeah.
But if they wouldn't have that driving force of coming back, they wouldn't have come back. They would have sat injured. I know a lot of people who got injured. Oh, मेरे को ये करना नहीं है, इसके बाद बाबा injury होने वाला है. That's something that was never a part of my thought process. And also, I have seen injuries worse than this. So I went through a surgery on my left hand.
Yeah.
So something like this. The reason that I kept going ahead on the show also was that what worse than a stitched shoulder will happen to me. Which again, I am not somebody who's going to after the show going to fight with somebody or कोई अखाड़े में जाके या कोई competition. I had to come back to doing events.
Yeah.
I can still wear a sling and go for my meetings, stand on
Right.
side, which I've done in the past.
Yeah.
So that is one. If I say physical, mental. See, I've always believed that no matter what happens, we have all faced losses. Maybe money losses or losses in the family.
Yeah.
No one's here to stay forever.
Right.
We will lose our loved ones.
You have to accept it.
Our loved ones will lose us.
Yeah.
But the show has to go on.
Yeah.
I've lost my nani, who was the closest to me. But today, I miss her. But
Yes.
my life has not stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if my life stopped, there are a lot of other people's life will get stopped.
Absolutely.
So I believe that the show has to go on.
You have to.
Yeah, so we have to deal with it that these things are inevitable. This will happen to you someday. But don't wait for it. Cherish everything that is going to happen to you. Make sure that your loved ones are taken care of. Tomorrow you don't want to regret that, boss, I couldn't do this for my loved ones. Because, we are always in the race to prove something. We are all in the race to, I want this, I want that. See, I'll tell you, when I started my career, I wanted to buy a Maruti Swift. I bought the Maruti Swift. I think this is my 16th car that I have. But the whole quest of I want the next car
But
is still there.
next car,
Because there is no stop to it. And which is right. If you think of doing something, that force will drive you to get to it.
Yeah.
And there is no harm in having luxury cars still as far as, or luxuries in your life as far as you can achieve it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that again, I have had this whole thing of helping, giving. So I have not kept everything to myself. But again, I'm just saying that there is no end to all of this.
Yeah. True.
So if you stop at something, the point is that if you stop at something that has happened for a loss or anything in your life, then that is where it ends.
Correct.
So I don't think anybody should look at it that way. The show has to go on. Like our entertainment business says, कुछ भी हो गया, लाइट बंद हो गया, साउंड बंद हो गया, शो हैज टू गो.
कितनी बार हुआ भी हमारे साथ. ठीक है, कुछ फन क्वेश्चंस पे आते हैं. ठीक है, दिस इज गोइंग टू बी लाइक अ पर्सनल केयर डिस्कशन, राइट? दिस इज गोइंग टू बी वेरी पर्सनल क्वेश्चंस दैट मे बी यू नेवर टोल्ड एनीबॉडी, बट वील टुडे टॉक टू सम व्यूअर्स. तो बालों से शुरू करूंगा मैं. हेयर केयर, लाइक बाल जब आप कटवाते हो, व्हाट इज द स्टाइल दैट यू हैव इन योर माइंड? कहाँ से बाल कटवाते हो? कितने पैसे खर्च करते हो बाल कटवाने के ऊपर? और क्या स्टाइल, मतलब कुछ बताते हो बार्बर को? यू टेल हिम दैट दिस इज द काइंड ऑफ हेयर स्टाइल दैट आई वांट, और यू डिसाइड योरसेल्फ दैट दिस इज समथिंग दैट इज गोइंग टू लुक गुड ऑन मी?
So I'll tell you, there are two things that I don't decide. When I go to the gym, I don't know what I'm working out on. And when I go to the salon, there is this guy called Nadeem, who I go to Enrich. There's this Enrich in Kandivali in Mumbai.
Okay.
He knows exactly. So he was the first guy who said कि आप छोड़ दो, मैं करता हूँ.
चलो सही है.
So I had to go there. I go sit. He decides what he has to do, and he does it.
Fair enough.
So, but he knows for the matter of fact that I don't go out cribbing, saying that चूतिया तूने खराब कर दिया. I'm sorry, I'm cursing, but
no, it's fine, yeah, but it's a fact.
Yeah.
Because हर बंदे की जिंदगी में एक नदीम होता है जहाँ पे कभी नहीं समझ में आता. हर बंदे को नहीं पता ना कौन से बाल आपके पास सही लगेंगे, आपको फेड करना है, आपको लंबे रखना है. It's confusing. Again वही है ना कि there are so many options to choose from. लंबे रखूं, छोटे रखूं, बिल्कुल शॉर्ट चला जाऊं. So yeah, fair enough, but
then once you know that this is suiting you, probably this is
then you
something that
continue
you
with
want to
it.
continue.
You don't have to like unnecessarily go and try new things, but some people like to try new things.
Yes.
जैसे मुझे ऐसे होता है कि हर 2 महीने में 3 महीने में कुछ नया
कुछ
try
change
करो.
करना है.
हाँ. But ठीक है, that's my journey. So that, and then how much do you pay for your haircut?
I pay $400.
$400, fair enough. And what products do you use on your hair?
So I'll tell you, I am very careful about anything that I put on. I had long hair. I straightened my hair when I was very young.
एक फोटो मुझे भेज देना, मैं यहाँ डालूंगा.
है मेरे पास एक फोटो है of my
long hair
old days. But then इतने products डालने लगे ना तो बाल की quality खराब and
confusing
chemicals. So I avoid using chemicals. I even if I use a shampoo, it's a very mild shampoo. I started using your product now, which is doing very good to my skin and my hair. Recently started, I won't lie. It's a recent start now. So I will wait. Probably the next time I'll give a review.
Review iconics.
So yeah, I'm using your product. A big shout out to Environment.
Yes, environmentally, yes.
Environmentally, yeah. So yeah, these are things that I use. I mean, I'm not a very fancy guy, but yes, I want to look good. So it's basic care, health, and your face and hair.
Yeah. ठीक है, चलो अब नेक्स्ट आते हैं बियर्ड केयर के ऊपर. डिड यू एवर फोकस इन योर बियर्ड स्टाइल कि क्या रखना है, क्या होनी चाहिए, क्या लेंथ होनी चाहिए, ऑप्टिमम बियर्ड लेंथ क्या होगी मेरी, कि मतलब चलते चलते ट्राई करा एंड डज योर अगेन नदीम भाई डिसाइड करते हैं कि आप डिसाइड करते हो?
So initially, I have never gone clean shaved because I think I've always whoever
rugged एक look रहता है.
तो वो it doesn't suit me at all. I am not happy looking at myself. So stubble रखता था हमेशा. And with this, I've been endorsing a few brands now, because of which I have to keep a little beard.
Right.
But it's not very easy to maintain it. You get knots and you can't groom it. This whole phase of growing the beard gets a little ugly. यहाँ से बढ़ रहा है, वहाँ से बढ़ रहा है. But there are a few products like even your product that I'm using.
The serum,
I've used it today. So it helps me settle the beard, makes it look more I think classy. If somebody looks at it, I don't know. Do you think it looks?
No, I think it looks fantastic. Rugged है और shape में है, well tamed है.
Yeah. So these products like Environmentally products is what I'm using on my beard. This is again, to be honest, I've never used any product on my beard. But now that I'm growing it, I will have to use it.
It has, क्योंकि क्या होता है कि जब आप बियर्ड ग्रो कर रहे हो ना तो अंदर के जो आपकी स्किन नीचे से ऑयल्स निकल जाते हैं, नेचुरल ऑयल्स. बियर्ड का बाल बढ़ रहा है तो नेचुरल ऑयल्स स्ट्रिप हो जाते हैं. अब आपको नीचे की स्किन को नरिश करना ही पड़ेगा. इफ यू डोंट डू इट, इट्स गोना लीड टू इचिंग, डैंड्रफ होने लगता है, फ्लेकीनेस होने लगती है. ये सब प्रॉब्लम्स इसकी वजह से आती हैं. फिर बंदा छोड़ देता है अपनी बियर्ड ग्रोथ जर्नी. डिस्कम्फर्ट इतना हो जाता है ना, देन यू डोंट वांट टू डू इट ओनली. बिकॉज मेरी बियर्ड ग्रोथ जर्नी में भी यही हुआ था शुरू में. इरिटेशन होने लगती है, बट देन आई डिड सम रिसर्च फिर कि भाई क्या प्रोडक्ट्स लगाए जाएं क्या नहीं. So you have to just basic is you have to maintain nourishment of the skin surface underneath. That helps you strengthen the hair shafts and everything. Basic science. अच्छा चलो नेक्स्ट पे आ जाते हैं. अब चेस्ट के बाल हमारे सबके हैं. कितने दिन में वैक्स करते हो इनको? वैक्स करते हो कि क्या लगाते हो?
No, I trim my hair.
अच्छा, you trim.
I trim my hair. I normally trim it before a shoot.
अच्छा.
It's a very boring process. बहुत बोर हो जाता हूँ यार पूरा बॉडी का hair. I've tried waxing.
It's a painful process.
It is a painful.
मेरी तो हिम्मत ही नहीं हुई कभी.
यार लड़कियों को तो मैं I really want to salute. How do they manage waxing? I can't do it. Yeah, so I trim my hair whenever it's a shoot day. But after a point in time, अगर थोड़ा और बढ़ गया तो I trim it on my own even if there's no shoot.
Fair ना. चलो वो मेरा भी I think trimmer का ही सीन है because वैक्सिंग तो नहीं वैक्सिंग नहीं हो सकती. और वो जो रिमूवल क्रीम्स आती हैं वो उसमें इतने केमिकल्स हैं, उससे बेटर है
ट्राई भी नहीं करना.
मैं थोड़े बाल देख लूंगा बट वो नहीं कर सकता. अच्छा, tattoos now. Tell me, you've got a lot of tattoos. Tell me, I think I'm curious about knowing the stories of most of them. Whatever we can cover in this episode.
Yeah. So I have approximately 13 tattoos. I started with the tattoo with my mom's name. Every tattoo has something that I relate to. I'm more of the spiritual kind of a person. So it has shloks and some of the gods and om written in different forms. I have 7 goddesses for my native. There's a shlok saying that Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavatu, which means that with my deeds I want to spread happiness to people. Yeah. So everything that I relate to is on my body. There are a lot more things that I want to do on my body. I love tattoos. People don't like tattoos. They think that kyun kar raha hai, but it's my choice.
You have to be comfortable with what you're getting.
Yeah, and there is a story. I mean, yes, I was foolish enough. I made a tiger, which I have a cover up tattoo.
मेरा भी एक है, the कर्मा लिखवाया था मैंने गोवा जाके.
So I covered it up with another tattoo.
Delhi boy going to Goa for the first time, excited, tattoo कराना है bro. And I was like, I'm still ashamed of it. मैं t-shirt नीचे रखता हूँ.
नहीं मैं बहुत ashamed था भाई, इतना ashamed था that I covered it up. I put another tattoo over it.
So how do you care for your tattoos? Do you use a product on it?
Not yet. I have not used your product. Which,
the ultimate utility
yes,
balm.
I have not used it,
multi
which I will use. I have been using moisturizing creams and stuff. But then again, after a point, the dryness is still there.
The dryness is there.
Yeah.
Plus, the ink also starts fading out if you don't use it.
And also that we are exposed to the sun doing events.
Exactly.
Yeah, the tattoo also fades out. So which I have also been facing. But again, now thanks to you, I'll use those products and I'll give you a review on that.
Okay, my final question is intimate care के लिए क्या करते हो आप? What is the solution on your daily basis when like you wash के लिए क्या use करते हो और उसके बाद पूरे दिन के लिए intimate care के लिए क्या product use कर रहे हो कि कुछ नहीं use करते हो? How does that work?
So I have an intimate wash that I carry with me because see, I'll tell you the reason is not for the wrong reasons, but we event managers tend to walk a lot. We are on site, we are sweating, and it is not. It is more towards the hygiene process that. Hygiene purpose that when there's a lot of sweat, you yourself know, one, it's very uncomfortable. Second, you get a lot of rashes. So to avoid that, regular washing and I use this thing, I forgot the name of the product. I use an intimate wash, but I am again going to be using the one that you sent to me.
Yeah, that's a different
solution.
So मैं इसी पे एक feedback है कि wash products ना मैंने भी पहले शुरू में
chemicals
नहीं chemicals नहीं है, but I did a lot of study. I spoke to a dermatologist and a urologist also, and I did a video also on this. That do we really need intimate washes? तो मुझे ये समझ में आया कि intimate wash जैसा जो product है ना हमें जरूरत नहीं है उसकी. Regular room temperature water with natural ingredient soap or a body wash works just fine. That combination. ये special intimate wash की जो category बनाई गई है ना, I think it's an upselling, unnecessary cross-selling, upselling of product. इसकी जरूरत नहीं है.
It's a luxury.
It's a luxury. मतलब वो जरूरत ही नहीं है. Unnecessary. एक तो पानी waste है. आप अलग से एक product use करते हो. एक product add हो गया आपकी life में. खर्चा और बढ़ गया. मुझे ये research के बाद समझ में आया, तो तभी हमने जब R&D करके product बनाया था, तो हमें क्या चाहिए? We wanted an intimate care product for the entire day. Right. As you said rightly that we are on the road, we are at the events. तो humidity बहुत है, moisture बहुत है, rashes होते हैं because we walk a lot. 30,000 steps चलेंगे, तो obviously you know it's a big problem. तो we wanted something that is going to keep us fresh for the entire day. Anti-odor हो, anti-itch हो. ये basic problems थी जो मैं face कर रहा था. तो मैंने काफी सारे लोगों से बात भी करी और similar problem समझ में आई. That's when we came up with the intimate serum. Okay. So this is basically the ultimate serum that you can get for an intimate area, which is going to keep you fresh for up to 12 hours. Anti-odor है, anti-itch है, skin brightening properties भी हैं इसमें. Okay. So this is something that you can try. You have the kit with you. You must try it. Give me your feedback, and 100%. Maybe next video when we talk about it, you'll give a review also.
Done. I will look forward to that.
Great. So that was Dinesh Shetty, and thanks a lot for being so candid with us on this video, bro. अगर इसमें कुछ edit करना हो तो बता देना, मैं बाद में हटा दूँगा.
There's nothing controversial.
As yet. Yeah. So yeah, we'll come up with more episodes like this, having fun conversations with people जिन्होंने कुछ उखाड़ा है अपनी जिंदगी में और कैसे उखाड़ा उन्होंने और क्या किया ऐसा स्पेशल उनके दिमाग में क्या ऐसा चल रहा था कि वो अचीव कर पाए वो goals you can set for yourself, but to achieve them is something that you know we can learn from people like himself, wherein they've actually established. It's not an overnight success. They've worked towards it for the last 10, 15, 20 years to reach where they are, and then today we see them and we notice them, but you know there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, right? I think my last and final question before we let Dinesh go today is going to be, what is the next thing that you're doing? Next 5 years में क्या उखाड़ने वाले हो आप?
Yeah, see, as I said, love and passion is events. We run a horse riding school, which you know. So focus is to do that and do more of my NGO work. But yes, I am loving the camera now. I want to do things around the camera, in front of the camera.
Why not?
हम लोग इससे पहले सिर्फ पीछे का खड़े रहते हैं.
इतनी अच्छी माशाल्लाह फिजिक बनाई है आपने और क्यों नहीं मतलब चेस्ट पे भी हम ट्रिमर लगा रहे हैं तो जाना पड़ेगा.
But yes, I want to push people towards fitness, especially people from our industry. I will probably we'll have a chat over this. And we'll see how we can motivate people to get towards fitness.
It's important, bro. It's very important.
It's very important. I mean, not just the look, but internally also, how fitness can benefit you. I mean, to head towards a disaster. Before that, let's start.
ये वाली वीडियो तो सबको भेजेंगे हम personally WhatsApp पे forward करेंगे.
We should.
So that everybody can see it.
Yeah, and if they want something, they can always ping us.
एक भी बंदा inspire हो गया तो अपना काम तो हो गया.
100%, yes. 100%.
चलो सही है. Well, thanks a lot, brother.
Pleasure.
So this was Dinesh, and we're going to be back next week with another episode with another interesting personality for you to learn, and we'll discover what goes on behind his personal care routine and his daily routines. Thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. This is me, Rahul Badesra, signing out. And always remember what I tell you, life is more fun when you're at the top of your game.